Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something really special. We are going to completely challenge the traditional narrative of American history. History isn't just shaped by the famous names you see in headlines or etched onto giant marble monuments. No, today, we're uncovering the extraordinary and honestly often overlooked stories of 5 Hispanic heroes from amazingly diverse cultures. These are the unsung architects who fundamentally reshaped the United States.
So, when we think of the architects of the US, we usually picture presidents, right? Or generals, or maybe wealthy industrialists. But I really want you to ask yourself, who actually built this country from the ground up? Who are the people operating behind the scenes, fighting those quiet battles, and just completely pushing the boundaries of what is possible?
Well, the incredible truth is that some of the deepest marks left on American history were made by individuals who arrived as outsiders or immigrants. We're talking about people carrying literally nothing more than hope and sheer determination. And against absolutely impossible odds, they changed an entire nation. The American spirit has always been built by a beautiful mix of cultures and traditions, and today we're spotlighting 5 individuals who totally embody that truth.
Chapter 1. The Forgotten Revolutionary Ally. Let's travel back over 2 centuries to a time when the very fate of America hung in the balance. We're looking at Bernardo de Gálvez, a vital ally of the American Revolution whose monumental contributions are, frankly, almost never mentioned in our classrooms. Picture this. At just 31 years old, as the Spanish governor of Louisiana, Gálvez recognized that a British monopoly in North America was a massive threat. So what did he do? He quietly stepped in to save the struggling Continental Army. He organized these crazy secret shipments, smuggling desperately needed gunpowder, medicine, food, uniforms, and weapons right down the Mississippi River directly to George Washington's troops. Without this absolute lifeline, the revolution might have just collapsed entirely. And his involvement escalated fast, from secret shipments right into full-blown military action. By 1776, he was secretly aiding Washington, and then by 1779, he's leading Spanish soldiers, free black militias, and Native American allies in these totally daring campaigns along the Gulf Coast. The whole thing culminated in 1781 with a seemingly impossible victory at the Battle of Pensacola. Gálvez literally sailed his own ship into heavily guarded enemy waters just to inspire his fleet. This massive win forced the British to divide their forces, which directly paved the way for the decisive American triumph at Yorktown. Chapter 2. The Farm Workers' Champion. Moving nearly 2 centuries forward into the 1960s, we meet our next historical architect, César Chávez. He traded the military battlefield for the agricultural fields, dedicating his entire life to championing the rights of horribly exploited migrant workers.
Growing up during the Great Depression, Chávez actually watched his own family lose their farm and suffer in these scorching fields for mere pennies. But instead of turning to violence, he drew inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. He implemented a really strict 3-step methodology of peaceful resistance: organize, march, boycott. By leading massive marches and urging everyday Americans to just stop buying grapes, he completely captured the entire nation's attention. And those nationwide boycotts he organized, they fundamentally transformed American labor rights. It was a stark before and after contrast. He turned brutal, unregulated fields, places where workers faced dangerous pesticide exposure and a total lack of basic necessities, into actual workplaces with union contracts, guaranteed clean water, and strict safety standards. He really reminded the country that lasting change often begins right in the dirt, with ordinary people standing up and demanding basic respect. That brings us to Chapter 3, the Supreme Court Pioneer. Because while Chávez was fighting for justice in the agricultural fields of California, our third hero was proving that barriers could be broken in the highest, most elite courtrooms of the land.
Sonia Sotomayor's rise is just an unbelievable journey. Born to Puerto Rican parents, she grew up in a modest Bronx apartment. At just 8 years old in 1962, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and soon after, she tragically lost her father. But, fueled by her mother's unshakable belief in education, she became absolutely unstoppable. She excelled at Princeton, graduated from Yale Law in 1979, and earned a fierce reputation as a federal judge by 1992. Then, in 2009, history was made when she was appointed as the very first Hispanic justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. Her own words perfectly encapsulate her legacy. She once said, "I've lived a dream that so few could ever have of achieving something that seemingly was impossible." And she absolutely did. She proved to millions of kids that our beginnings do not dictate our destinations.
Justice Sotomayor has spent her career ensuring that the law serves everyone, proving that justice must be accessible to every single citizen in the nation. Now, as one pioneer conquered American law, another was preparing to break barriers far beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Chapter 4, Breaking the Space Barrier, introduces us to a woman who literally reached for the stars. 1,000. That massive number represents the nearly 1,000 hours Ellen Ochoa spent in space, looking down at our planet. Growing up, she had this deep, unyielding love for math and science, and she relentlessly defied the gender and cultural stereotypes of her time, ultimately reshaping human exploration as we know it.
You see, Ochoa didn't just catch a ride to the stars. She engineered the journey. After earning advanced degrees in physics and engineering, she joined NASA, doing some truly groundbreaking work on optical systems. In 1993, she shattered the ultimate glass ceiling, becoming the first Hispanic woman in space. She conducted vital scientific experiments over 4 separate missions, and later went on to direct NASA's Johnson Space Center. She was literally guiding the future of American spaceflight.
For our final unsung hero in Chapter 5, A Legacy Beyond Baseball, we shift our focus from the stars down to the baseball diamond to meet a true legend, Roberto Clemente. This is a man who proved that true greatness isn't measured by athletic titles or fame, but by human compassion and the sacrifices we make for others.
Clemente leaves behind this incredible dual legacy. On one hand, you have the legendary athlete. His stats are mind-blowing. 4 National League batting titles, 12 Gold Glove awards, and 2 World Series championships. But equally powerful is the selfless humanitarian side of him. Despite facing severe discrimination and mockery for his heritage, Clemente stood incredibly tall. He used his celebrity to fiercely advocate for Latino and Black players, he hosted free clinics for kids, and he poured his own resources right back into impoverished communities.
Tragically, Clemente died in a plane crash in 1972. He had insisted on personally delivering earthquake relief supplies to victims in Nicaragua, just to ensure the aid wasn't intercepted by corrupt officials. He was only 38 years old. But his spirit absolutely lives on through the prestigious Roberto Clemente Award. It's one of Major League Baseball's highest honors, ensuring his humanitarian legacy of exceptional sportsmanship and community involvement will never, ever be forgotten in the sport he loved.
These 5 incredible individuals, a soldier who secured a revolution, a labor leader who fought for the forgotten, a jurist who broke the highest judicial ceiling, an astronaut who engineered her way to space, and an athlete who gave his life for others, they all prove a profound point. The American spirit is intricately woven from the courage, the intellect, and the sacrifice of incredibly diverse cultures and communities.
So I want to leave you with this final thought to ponder today. History isn't just something that happened hundreds of years ago in a dusty textbook. It is constantly being written all around us. The next great architect of our future might not even be in the headlines yet. So who do you think is quietly shaping the future of your own community right now? Thank you for exploring these incredible lives with me in this explainer. Keep learning, stay curious, and keep looking for those heroes all around you.